Welcome to the Full Nelson. Today I'm going to be reviewing the Sig 2200 LRH, which stands for Long Range Hunter Rangefinder. This is a Cabela's exclusive. It is essentially the same thing as the Sig 2200 MR. This rangefinder is, in my opinion, the best rangefinder you can probably buy for under $800 right now. Probably even more than that. It destroys Bushnell or any of the other competitors that I've looked at by a substantial margin, both in terms of range and when compared to something like my old Bushnell Elite 1 Mile Elite Con-X rangefinder. This one will range substantially further. I have ranged on juniper trees out to 1900 yards. On rocks I can go out beyond 2,000. On non-reflective surfaces I haven't had any trouble ranging out to 1400 yards on non-reflective surfaces like sagebrush. So great performance. It is pretty simple as far as all of the computer wizardry inside. It doesn't have a bunch of different shooting modes that tell you the holdover in mils or MOA. They've done away with all that garbage, which I'm actually happy about because I don't use that. Usually it's just a generic setting that doesn't really match your rifle anyway. It has adjustments. You can adjust the brightness, and then there's basically two settings. One of them is an angle compensated range, and the other one is just the sheer range. Now, in my long range tutorial later, I'll be explaining this in more detail, but for now I will simply say that I never use the angle compensated range. I always use the real range, and it will tell me the angle when I take that range reading with the true range and I put that angle into my ballistics calculator, because my ballistics calculator is going to take that, and it's not only going to compensate for the angle of the shot in terms of elevation and the effect that gravity's having at that angle, but it is also going to take into consideration the windage of that true range, and the wind is not going to change. If the wind is blowing 20 miles right to left, it doesn't matter if you're shooting up or down, it's still going to blow your bullet to the side the same way, whereas the elevation will change. That's the reason I leave that to my ballistics calculator to solve and not the rangefinder, because if you put in the angle compensated range into your rangefinder, and it says shoot as if it's 400 yards, but it's really 500 yards, we'll take a more extreme distance than that. Let's say it says to shoot as if it's 900 yards and it's really the true range is 1,000 yards. Well, the elevation may all be sorted out properly, and you can get all of that fixed no problem in your ballistics calculator to even use an angle compensated range. The windage will not be accurate. So let your ballistics calculator solve that puzzle. So I really like the simplified design. I only need one of those settings, which is the true range with the angle displayed in there, so I can put that into my ballistics calculator. I would not hesitate to recommend this. You can get these, or you could get these. I don't know if they're still on sale at the time I'm making this video, for $400, which is a steal for what it is. It's just a phenomenal piece of equipment. What I have found in my long range shooting is that having a rifle that is capable of shooting 2,000 or 3,000 yards does you no good if you don't have a way to accurately measure the range. Anybody else who's into long range shooting will probably find that out, and you're going to find out just how important that is. In a long range tutorial I'm going to be making that's coming up, I'm going to be talking about that, but it doesn't matter if you have 375 SHATAC, which is capable of shooting 4,000 yards or beyond. If you have no way to accurately measure range, all of that horsepower, you can have the nicest rifle in the world, does you no good. So things like this are an essential part of that equation for long range shooting. You can also mill your targets and stuff like that, but a laser rangefinder is really probably the most accurate and easy and fastest way to get your range. So yeah, awesome piece of equipment. Any of you guys that are looking for a rangefinder right now, unless you're looking to spend thousands of dollars on a military grade rangefinder, this is the one I'd recommend. So thanks for watching. Have a nice day. If you guys have any questions or comments, feel free to leave those below. See you later.